Welcome, CityState 2 fans, to CityState 2 with Omnius Prime. Episode 16, Arcology A and Carbon Capture Unlocks, version 1.3d. As you can see, I still haven't built the central bank. I just don't need it. My inflation over here, a nice 0.8%, okay? Something to look at right now. My education score is at 90. My population is at 121,908. Now, last episode, I messed up something on the education, okay? I forgot to do the smartphone control. I kind of had it written down, but then I didn't do it. So I ended up choosing, and then when I went into it, I quickly just chose this one, since it's the default, instead of the banned smartphones that gives me that nice plus 2% education bonus, okay? So I'm going to cancel that. So it was the smartphone edition that allowed me to go over the top. Let's see, where is the school? Can I see a school real quick? Okay, let's just pop this up. Nope, that's going to be police. Oh, I got the wrong one. There we go. Now I can find a school. Here we go. So let's just run a little bit of clock. I guess I need to run a little bit more. There we go. This is what I wanted to show you right here, okay? Policies score 118, okay? That's kind of the maximum policy score for education that you can get with your basic policies that you have to choose from already. Okay, so the 118, I had 112, which was doing pretty good. Now, if you look, I'm at 121,908. So I did pretty good getting to 90 by the time I hit 120 in population. So now I have some things to unlock. Now, the Arcology A, the research, 698,000. Okay, where's my little list? I'm keeping a list this time of the unlock costs. And I do notice that they will change. Okay, so that's 698,339. Carbon capture is going to be 466. So, whew. So first of all, let's unlock Arcology A. So that dropped me down from 1.67 million down just under, so now 977,000. I now have the carbon capture plant. So I did a really good job of coming very close to fulfilling my goal of trying to build up in Arcology, get the Arcology A as soon as I hit 120,000. And now I also have the very important carbon capture plant. Okay, so let's get rid of that little road here. Come up here, and Arcology Alpha. So this is an $80,000 building. Capacity 3,000. So it's going to go right here. Okay, so I am going to place that there. And I think what I'll do is let's just drop, I don't know, because I'm going to make this water here fairly soon. Let's just go ahead and plop in a park. So now I'm actually building the parks. Okay, and that did level it up. Okay, so my first Arcology is placed. Now, okay, carbon capture. This is what I've been waiting for. So, here we go. I'm going to place a carbon capture here. I am going to drop that building. It's only a medium, I think, so I don't not going to worry about losing it. I'm 1% unemployment, so that only can help my unemployment situation. Let's grab another carbon capture plant here. Okay, so now I got this stinky building here. I think what I'm going to do is just go, let's pop it. I'm going to end up changing this in a while, but I'm going to place a carbon capture here. And let's just, let's take a look at pollution. Where is land use? Land value, pollution, right here. So, okay, I don't actually have a pollution problem around here. I have one over there, but that'll fix up once I get to the solving. So now what I've done is at least now when I do the mines, I can drop in my carbon capture plants and get that going. So now I've taken care of some middle income housing. I'm going to have to put in some more housing here. So now, like this over here, what I'm going to do is count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's an Arcology. 7 is a space. 8 is where I start. I go 160. I get 5 4x4s. Come over here. Hit the control key. Now I get 2 6x6s and 2 4x6s. Boom. So now that takes care of that. Now I have a little something funny. Now let's see. Let's get it back down near the airport. There we go. Okay. Let's take a look at this. Here, the lobster's bar. What do you mean by God? I suggested that, like here, maybe instead of what do you mean by God, let's do a lobster on every plate. You know, something that would kind of fit in with the lobsters. The religious messages is kind of like so bogus and stuff. So now, there's my red light district. Let's take a look at it. Okay. Notice I have public services coming from my red light district. So I guess that must mean that pubic services are public services. I just couldn't, you know, just the play on words of pubic services and public services, that was just too good to pass up. And finally I remembered to write it down so that I would actually be using it and stuff. Now, what's my goal coming up? Let's see, I don't have much housing demand right now. I could care less about business demand. Business demand is meaningless. Whoops, I'm getting close on my water. So let's come down here. And where did I finish off with watering? That's closed. That's closed. That's open. So let's open 1. Let's open 2. Let's open 3. And then that is going to fix the water up. How am I doing on power? Okay, so I could do these two. Okay, and just pinching pennies is what I'm doing there. Pinching pennies. Okay, and that pinching pennies is what's helping me to build up my money supply. Now, like I said, the capital city is the toughest city to build. Now, as you can see, my next expansion block is right here, and it's going to run into the water. Now, I've shown that the road will level up terrain on this beach sand area here, but I'm going to actually have to bite the bullet and do some actual terraforming to accomplish the next track. Okay, looks like I've got some more So let's see how we doing here. Really unfortunate that the only way we can look at the arcologies is through the census tool. So I've got 3,000 out of 3,000. So that's good. So now let's go to my next block. Where is my next block that I'm going to do? Here is where it is. So I'm going to do another Arcology A right here. Okay? And then I've got one that will drop in here. So let's see, where am I at? Yep, looks like what I'm going to have to do is, so I've done those, that third one. I'm not sure what I'm going to do here. Will I make this, or do I come over here, over in this area, and just add some more buildings? Here's our highway, okay, at about the midpoint. So I've got some interesting things to do. Now, notice, oh, hold on, yes. Why did I like the Arcology, okay? Let's take a look at this, okay? Second line from the bottom, education level, 104.3, and I just dropped that baby. Now, I just dropped this baby, and I haven't even started putting people in, but look at that education level. 104.3. I haven't had anybody move in yet. So this is the magic of the Arcology, okay? Is instant education level, okay? Let's see, how are these guys doing? Here we're at 95. Here we're at 94. Whoops, that's a hospital. Oh. Whoops, where did that hospital get to? Right here? Yeah. So, ooh, I definitely need to add another hospital because I'm getting close on that. So slowly but surely, you see, ooh, look at that, education, 103 out of 100, okay? So this is the whole importance of doing this, getting the, where is it? Find me a school. And like I said, every elementary school has a library. So, ooh, only 98. Woo, I guess what I need to do is I need to pump up another elementary school here. So you got to be really careful watching this. So 98 on the elementary school. Where are we at here? High school. I'm still doing good. But look at that grade, 106, man. That's what you want. So let's see. Where do I want to put another... let's go ahead and put in another elementary school right here. And I'm just not even going to mess around. I'm just going to jack it up to the max. And then what I'm going to do is stick one more library in. Okay, there we go. Right there. And max up the books. Okay, because now what I'm going to do is it's now the drive from 92 up to 100. That's going to be the tough one. So I'm going to be back in a moment. Well, I tell you what, first of all, let's just have a little bit of terraforming fun. So what I'm going to do is just come over here. And let's just do that. Let's just come over here and do that. Okay. So now once I've terraformed up the road there. Let me see if I line that up correctly. So that I drop here, I go straight on up to here. We see that blue, that means you got a good intersection connection. And now, since that's going that way, boom. So, I've got that done. And that looks good. So I can just go ahead, like say I want to do my 2 buildings here, 64, 2 buildings here, the 4x4s. Then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is the high school. Come back up here. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. That gives me room for some buildings. And now the control, and boom. And so yeah, now what I'm doing, now it's really the tough grind getting it up to 100. And then I get my fusion power plant. But now, as you can see, I'm starting to terraform the road. I mean the river. It's going to go away, and then I'm going to end up putting my ports in it, relocate them. And now we're looking at some very low housing demand. Whoopsie toodles! That's right. I need a new hospital. So let's come up here. And where was the last hospital? This one right here. 320 out of 320. Yep. So let's just go ahead and find me a spot to pop a hospital. Let's go right. Hospital. How about right here? Okay, what's going on here? There we go. And I just gonna crank it up, and that takes care of that. Just what I need, a few more jobs. Okay, but now, as you can see, now it's just a matter of running clock, keeping my immigration down. Wow, I've already grown 9,000. Don't see much in the way of middle income. So right now I'm just going to be doing a lot of, want to run some clock, build up a little more population. I think this is wow. Yeah, this is going to be like, I have all residential here. Now, here, I noticed that when I did the prospecting that, yeah, I have some good mining sites available here. So I decided, okay, I'm just, that is going to be industrial. And I'm just kind of like building a lot of residential here because right now, that's all I'm zoning. I'm still at 1% on unemployment. Now, this is a problem that I just don't mind having right now. I mean, if I'm going to have a problem, I might as well have the super low unemployment, okay? Because I still have a nice 0.7 inflation rate. Now I'm up to 286,000 in my national treasury. Still haven't built that central bank. Just don't see a need for it. Okay, when we look at my social ladder, okay, my slums demand, as you can see, at minus 500. I'm not going to see slums. Quality of life at 99, that's looking good. My social ladder is climbing a little bit, now up to 2.5%. I'm accessing the middle class, and now only a minus 0.3 hindrance on joining the upper class. Come over here to my economy and the cyclotron over here on the left of fortune. And look at that growth bonus for basic manufacturing. You see now that education minus 106. See, this is the one downside of the high education score. And now look at the advanced manufacturing, a total growth bonus of 125. And this is just way too radical. You know, I've been trying to tell Andy this education is just way too radical. As far as dumping down basic manufacturing demand and building up advanced manufacturing. Participation rate, 82.5 down here. GDP growth, 13%. GDP per capita, 88.6K. I was around 58K 100K around the last episode when I was somewhere around 90,000 or so. So I'm definitely building up my education score. So I will come back in a little bit after I've done a little more building and expanding and pumping up the education score, because then I want to unlock the fusion power plant. Then ooh, look at that unemployment rate. So the rehab center, man, I think that'll be my next goal. I need 70 points of economic freedom. So my next goal is going to be, after that, is get the fusion power. Then I think I'll go for the rehab center while my unemployment rate is super low and I don't have to pull the fictitious jobs trick. So I'll be back in a bit. Back again. And as you can see, my education score down here, I'm at 99. Okay? And it's and as you can see, I haven't built the central bank. So you know what I'm going to do? I think I'm just going to drop the central bank in there. And that's done. It provides 500 fictitious jobs, but don't really need them. So now central bank has been placed. I can, if I want, buy dollars, but I don't want to. So now, let's take a look at, push that there, and let's go here. Let's look at the, here you can see I've got 3,000 out of 3,000 capacities to the occupants, education level 104.8. I have 9 of these arcologies. Since I left you off in the last segment, I have only built Arcology A's. So I don't know, I've built maybe about 6 of them. So I have 9 of them right now at 80,000 a pop. So that's $720,000. So now do you see why I have my tax rates up so high? Because, yeah, the capital city requires a lot of capital to build, more than like your second or third cities, when you can have money in the national treasury saved up, and then you can do deficit financing and start off, you know, building arcologies and all this other wonderful stuff. So here you can see tax income of 2310. Just gotta love it. That education level is what's pushing me up to the 100 level, okay? Because they don't start at 0 like your other buildings do. Look at that, education 103. Education 103. So what I've been doing now, let's screens up. There's my demand screen. Here's my stats screen. As you can see, I've got, wow, 4% upper class, okay? I've been just zoning these Arcology A's. I've been letting, like, the low income and high income housing just basically level up. I did not do any zoning of new areas here. You see, this was the last area I zoned in. And I left these 2 areas blank, because now when I'm doing that drive from 90 to 100, okay, it's a real push. And one of the tricks is building the Arcology A. So you start with that instant population, and you just let your other buildings level up, so that you're not building new buildings and starting from scratch, okay? So I'm getting really close here. Let's see. So this is the last one that I built, okay? So I've got 152 occupants out of that 3,000. So let's take a quick look at my budget, okay? 0.8 on the inflation. Parks cost $26.70, but I've got the ultimate park score of 120, okay? And whoopsie, let's come back up here. My informal demand, as you can see, I'm not going to have any slums. that increased from 2.5 to 2.6. That's still at the -3, getting up to the upper class. My birth rate, 1.2. Puta. So let's look at the economy screen here. My cyclotron of fortune. Look at that total growth bonus down here on the basic manufacturing at the bottom. -121, advanced manufacturing +140. I keep telling Andy the education effect is just too massive. Okay, here -122, and then you get the +122 on the advanced. And it just totally kills basic manufacturing. Okay, wow. Let's see. I'm at about 6,000 difference. Okay, you can see how the percentage for imports exports has increased to 34. But now my ports and airports traffic is only saying 5.6, and I have 2 ports. Okay, and so right now they have 3103, so that would be double to about 6,200. But now the port traffic of 3,100, and the port capacity is 22,500. So I've got 1/7 of the port capacity tied up, and it's already starting to show that I have a problem here with my ports and airports not having enough capacity, yet I have a ton of it. Now, let's take a look at the participation rate down here in the bottom right, 82.5. GDP per capita, 128.5. Now, yes, there's a negative to unemployment being so low, like at 1%. Sometimes it's down to 0%. I haven't done any zoning of business for a while. I just completely ignore all of the business demand. I mean, look at the poor basic manufacturing at -414. That's just, whew. So one of the things is that, yeah, while it's a downside, it costs business more and stuff like that. Some upside is my GDP per capita shot up from like about 58 to 128. Okay, which is kind of cool because here the air taxi takes the GDP per capita higher than 100,000. Okay, look over here, the Rehabilitation Center on the right here, unemployment rate lower than 4%. So I've already got that nailed. So I would need 70 points of economic freedom to get the rehab center, then 80 points of economic freedom to get the air taxi. And then I kind of finish up the economic freedom business, okay? So that's going to be my game plan. So first fusion power, then I can start changing from education-based policies towards things that are going to give me economic freedom, okay? So let's go ahead and run some clock, and let's take a look at this as it starts to fill up. And then let's get over here where I can put that 99 right down there at the bottom left of the corner, and we'll see when it hits 100. But doing it when the population is small is the easiest, and turning the airport off, that's the slick trick that really kind of just, like I said, you know, when you could turn down the immigration, then what's going to happen is you can see something increase, like the education level, and go from 90 to 100 fairly quickly. I'm at 155,499 right now. So there's a few little tricks you can do, and then you get it early. I know that the earliest I'd ever done it was maybe somewhere after 250,000 in population. So I decided, yeah, what I want to do is really focus on getting my education up. And now just running clock. Whoops, looks like I need some water. Mehr Wasser bitte. So let's see, where am I with water? Okay, used. Okay. So what I'm going to need, I think, is going to be another water tower. So let's see. I think that should be 1, 2, 3. Yeah, let's go like that. Take a look at this. I think that's going to be, that's, I think, center right there. So, yeah, that looks good. Because it's going to be 8 to the center. Come back here. Build me a water pumping station. Ooh. Now, I'm going to have to turn off some water. Still pinching them pennies. I'm an accountant. Always loved that Kink song from the 60s. I'm on a low budget. Yes, I am. Okay. And I think I get to do one more. Okay, now let's see. That'll take care of water at 95. Yeah, it's close enough. So now where am I at with power? 96. Let's see. That's on. That's off. So let's do that. Let's do that. And let's turn him on so we have a little more water. Kind of funny that I'm still using power and electricity when all I'm building now are Arcology A's, which take no power and water. So let's first of all find out where this guy's at. Ooh, 3,000 out of 3,000. Okay. So I guess what I need to do, see, I got 328 on the middle income housing demand. So I need another Arcology. So I've put, let's see, there's 2 there. How about if I stick one over? No. Let's do it here. Okay. And let's just turn on the juice. Got that instant 104. And as you can see, I'm just not zoning anything else, just building these babies. Ta-da! And there it is. And there it is. 100 on the education score. Okay? Let's come up to special buildings. Oh yeah. Woo! Dogs! Look at that research cost. Whew. Wow. 1,425,253. Wow, and that's just the research cost for the fusion power plant. Luckily, I've got 2.6 million. Boom! Fusion power is mine. Now, next power plant I build will be a fusion power plant. It'll be the earliest I've ever built a fusion power plant. So, now that obviously right now I don't need to build it, but I still have almost 1.2 million left on hand. So now, next goal, Rehabilitation Center. Okay, gotta keep my unemployment low. So I need 70 points of economic freedom, and then obviously the air taxi, and get the 80 points of economic freedom. So now what I'm going to do is go through my policies and look and find policies that jack up education, and see what I can do about jacking up economic freedom. Back again, and now what I'm going to do is I've found some policies that I want to change. So let's say come over here to economy. So now my goal is going to be 70 points of economic freedom, and then getting the 80 points of economic freedom for the air taxi. So economic freedom is now my goal. Okay, let's get to, oh yeah, I got my stats and demand screens up. So let's see, I was going to pick foreign investments. I don't know if these are the absolute best that will change. So now I can go right now it's banned in tech companies and real estate. But if I go to ownership and investments allowed, I'll get a +3 on the economic freedom. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And -10, so -10 right and left. That looks pretty good. Okay, and on the economy, copyrights and patents. Okay, so I've got enforced for all sectors with a -1 on economic freedom. If I do not enforce copyrights and patents, I now get a +4, so I'm going to gain 5 there. It's going to have a big approval from the left and a 40% approval from disapproval from the right. That almost seems kind of backwards. So let's go ahead and enact that. So now let's take a look at government. I have private schools right here. It says private schools are banned, -1.5 points on the economic freedom. If I go none, okay, now I got a big dig on the education, but now my goal is economic freedom. So I get a +1.5. So I go from -1.5 to +1.5. So I'm going to gain 3. You know, hit on the civil rights and on the social ladder, you know, on the corruption. I get a little boost to religiousness, which is worthless. Here I've got +20 from the right, -30 from the left. So let's go ahead and enact that. And let's take a look at unemployment. Okay, so here I've got a -1 on economic freedom. If I go to no unemployment benefits, I'm going to get a +1, so I'm going to gain 2. A little hit to birth rate, some hits to social ladder and civil rights. Good for business. The approval from the right and disapproval from the left. So let's go ahead and enact that one. And now I have a society. And let's see, we're looking at online freedoms. So here I've got the guarantee free speech, prohibit usernames, gave the boost to education, but a negative to economic freedom. It was a nice thing against corruption, but if I go here, I'm going to get a +1 on economic freedom. So I'm going to gain basically 2.5 points here on economic freedom. Hit the education, hit the corruption. The right likes it. So what that does is gives me 5 policies. Now it drives my stability down to 50. So now let's let clock run. The last Arcology A I built was right here, and I still haven't really done any zoning, you know. It's just letting other buildings just level up now. So, ooh, let's take a look at this. I have 78 economic freedom, okay? That must mean, hot diggity dogs, there's the Rehabilitation Center, and it's going to cost 812,000. 812, 200. Whew. Man, I'm writing all these costs down. So, research the 812. So now I've got a rehab center available, and man, I'm 2 points away from the air taxis. So let's see. Let's come on down here. And let's special building. I need a rehabilitation center for 45,000. This helps with unruly prisoners. So if I go, where am I at? 1, 2, 3, 4. I could put a little 4x4 building in there. So here's my Gulag, and I've got 37 out of 400. Here's my prison. I've got that. Still on stage 1. And here's my, oh yeah, I sent Andy a message, you know, oh, where is it? Come down a little more. See, on the Lobsters bar. What do you mean by God? It's just, that's just so nonsensical for like a bar logo and stuff. So I sent Andy a suggestion that said a lobster on every plate. And then I thought of another one that would be the best claws in town. So that would be pretty cool, like the best claws in town for the Lobsters bar. You know, instead of that nonsensical existence of God stuff. And especially that's the red light district, man. It should be fun. And of course, it does provide public services. And as I like to joke, you know, pubic services are public services in Omnius Prime. So, that's done a great job. So now all I need to do is run up a little stability. Let's see. Wow, I only have 539,000 left on hand. My budget tells me I've got 441 up top. So that's cool. Oh, look at that corruption index at 11%. See, now I'm going to have to work that down. But, you know, to get something in one area, you got to give up something in another area. So I wonder what would give me control all financial transactions. So I've got a -1. That gives me a +3. Okay, let's just see how that works. There's 82 on the economic freedom. Oh, wow! Wow! Look at that! Air taxis research cost $20 million. Well, I'm not going to be doing that right now, so it looks like what I'm going to do is trash my economic freedom and go for the Gulag. Wow, 20 million. I got to write that down right now just for, wow. That's going to take a while to save up. 20 million, 256, 430. Now, I wonder what it's going to cost later on in the game. So I'm writing this down now just to get an idea. Wow, I just didn't think it was going to cost that much. Oops. So I think what I'm going to do is let clock run, let my stability rebuild, and then I'm going to start picking some policies now to basically trash my economic freedom and get the Gulag. At some point, yes, I'm going to have to wait later on when I've got 20 million available to play with. So it'll be a much bigger city and a lot more high-income people that will need the service. Back again. I made one change off the video. I decided to open up my airport and again and go with the international connections 3 out of 3. So I'm gonna open up my immigration a little more. Right now I only have 150 passengers, so that's okay. I can ease into this. Now one thing I noticed is that look at my informal demand. It was at like -500. Now it's up to 1,400. Okay, so definitely having a little problem there with that. I've added a little bit of right, whoops, in this area here. Okay, and over in this area right there on the sides there. So then I'll have to start building up a new block and doing some more terraforming of the water obstacle. So now let us take a look at, oh yeah, I've got to wait for the statistics to heat up. So I got my stability back to 100. So now what I need to do is let's change some legislation, because now what I got to do is kill my economic freedom. So econ, foreign investments. So I'm kind of go back and look at what I was doing. Foreign investments. I was here, okay, before, and nope, I don't want that. Ooh, a -3 on economic freedom. So that'd go from +3 to -3. So I'm going to have to do that. I think I'll mark that again because I probably want to just bring it back down one more notch. But right now, the idea is to kill economic freedom. Okay, because now what I want to do is unlock the Gulag. Okay, copyrights and patents. Let's see, that was +4. That'll be -4. Okay, I was like over here. But right now, like I said, I want to kill economic freedom. So I'm going to go with this one. And get what about an 8-point swing. Okay. Now let's take a look at the government. It's funny, man. Private schools. Okay, I'm going none. If I go private schools are banned, I'm back to the -1.5. Woo, big cost, but doesn't matter. It gives an education boost, but that doesn't matter either. Okay, so now we're going to do unemployment. And let's see, if that's a +1 here, that's got to be -2. I'd rather be here. But I'm going to suck it up, take the big cost, because what I want to do right now is drop my economic freedom. Okay? So sometimes, you're just going to take policy choices that you really don't want, because what you're trying to do is achieve a goal. Okay, now society, that was going to be the online, freedoms right here. So I'm way over here. We'll go back to the guaranteed free speech where I had it for a while because it had the big education boost. And, once again, I'll be, coming back and dropping it to some other setting that will be cool. But right now, I'm going to go with this one because now the idea is let's drop the economic freedom. As you can see, that gives me 50 stability. Let's just take a look here now and see what's going on. Okay, so now as you can see, economic freedom is now down to 60. Boy, my civil rights is really trashed. But there'll be some things there that'll help me boost it up again. Okay, let's take a look at this guy here. So I got 1855 out of that. I'm going to just let it ride. Let's just see what we get here. Ooh, look at that. Now unemployment is now up to 3%. But what will happen is now my GDP per capita will drop. Okay, let's just take a look here at 2040. Okay, and I'm probably going to need to start doing some some remodeling and stuff right around here. And okay, so we're at 60. So I'm going to come back in a moment and see if I can't quickly get that down to under 60, or get it down to what am I looking for? 45 points. So I'll be back in a moment, and let's see if I can trash economic freedom even more. Back again. I've got my stability up to 100. Economic freedom's at 60. Let's see what I can do about dropping that puppy. So I think first of all, let's go over to the government, and let's go to the start business. Is that the one? No, econ. Start business. Okay, so we're going to go from that to that. Boom, look at that. That was a 13-point swing right there. So that's really going to drop it down. Okay. Alcohol and tobacco. Oh, tariffs. I bet I can do something. Going to go from low to high. Okay, that's going to be another 4.5 points. Make me a little money at the same time. How about finance? What do I do? Go from no specific to ban private banks? Woo, look at all that money I'm going to make. Okay, let's just see how that works. Oh, that's going slow. Oh, wow, 34. Criminal rehabilitation policy set to manual labor. Oh, man, did I messed that up, I bet. Criminal rehabilitation. That's coming in the next set of, okay. So I can't do the, trash the economy then. So I guess what I'm going to have to do is, let's go back and, undo. Let's see, which one was it? Economy, the finance. Let's go back. I think this was what I really wanted. So let's just do that for now. How about let's come back here. We'll go back to the 3-day simple process. And let's just do that for a while. Now it's back up to 53. So now what's happening is my informal demand is dropping, so that's good. I haven't been really zoning any. That's now at 3,000 out of 3,000, so I could build another Arcology A. And where do I want to build it? How about if I build it right? Chia. Boom. So yeah, I've been just kind of riding it and bringing down the informal demand, making some good money. Got 482,000 in the bank. Money printed is down to 2,050 from 20,000 to start with. Let's come back here. Now, here's a little bug, okay? Over here in the trade balance, notice my ports and airports says minus 3.8% for my capacity, okay? Now, let's take a look at a port. I have 3,404 traffic out of 22,500 capacity. So about 6,800 out of 45,000. And I've got this negative showing up on my ports airports line. So yeah, this is a bug that needs to be fixed. Now, I have enough exports over imports that my percentage there is basically counterbalancing my shortage of ports and my exchange rate. And so I still have the minus 0.2 trade balance from my positive trade balance here, okay? Participation rate 82.5, GDP growth 3%, GDP per capita now down to 137.8. So my unemployment rate is going up again, okay? Because now I've kind of let the immigration go up a little bit. I'm slowly but surely building up population and stuff, and I will be back next episode, and we'll just have to see what kind of new things I'm going to unlock then.